There are a lot fewer two-parent families.
What's worth more, a dollar today or a dollar tomorrow?
Almost nobody gets out of love alive. Prisoners' rights is out of sight, out of mind.
Is your brain on God?
Hello.
So, I can't tell you. I gotta read up on myself before I could fully explain that situation. But those are certain dynamics that I look for in the overall situation, because there's certain people, like you mentioned, Harvey Weinstein. There's tapes to where the dude admitted to actually doing shit, and nothing came out of it. Right. So, that's kind of where I'm at with the overall situation. Yeah. But I gotta read up on it myself too, though.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. So now the power. Okay. So you want to put the power. All right. You put the power structure in play. All right. So now I got to look at it from that point of view. But even if I was to do that, I just believe it. When you use the term rape, right? And this is funny. This is funny that I'm actually having an emotional reaction to a word, especially when the last time we spoke, I was trying to stress to you to stop focusing on words. But if we're gonna, it's the context now, right?
I mean, that's why I say some of that stuff takes away from the conversation if it has too much emotion to it.
Right.
Like I mentioned the thing about with using the word nigger in Bill Maher. Like if you know it's going to cause contention and you're trying to bring your focus on the actual point, sometimes it's good just to leave it out for that moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
right.
I feel you on that. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, because the reason I say that is because I think when you say rape, what all the different types of situations that we classify as considered being under rape, these types of stories right here bother me, because I think it takes away from the when I think of rape, I'm talking about a woman forcibly being held down against her will, right? That's what I think when I think of rape. Not a woman in her mind saying, well, I don't want him to be upset, so I'm just gonna lay down and let him do what he does. And the reason why I think where she screwed up was where she was able to recall him having a hard time staying erect. So if you telling me that you being raped, right? So in the meantime, you waiting for this motherfucker's dick to get hard, and you doing what now? What is it that you actually doing? You just laying there with your legs open, waiting for this motherfucker's to get erect, and then you want to turn around later and say that this shit would be considered rape?
But I mean, it was speaking hypothetically, bro. I agree with you. I think there's more to it, and this is kind of why I hate hearing too many of these stories.
Right.
Because you kind of start questioning everything, and I kind of hate that fact because there's a woman actually going through this shit.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna say it like this. I don't know about her, and I really don't want to just make it about her. So I'm speaking strictly hypothetically. I'm using the story as a metaphor, or analogy, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
More than, but I kind of think it's one of them things. Like, if you get into a fight, you're going to either fight or you're going to turtle up, right? So I think there might be some truth to it. I don't know if that's with her. I think there might be some truth where people just like, I'm going to do it because I think it's going to be more dangerous if I don't do it. But the only things that kind of make me not fully take it with this situation is just off the stuff that you mentioned, is it basically that she kind of went into that. You know what I mean? She kind of allowed herself to be put in that situation a little bit. And I don't know if that's saying it in a bad way. But basically, if you're going into his apartment, you kind of setting yourself up for that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I get from it, because we can go, because I know you didn't want to talk about her topic, that situation specifically, right? But
I'm not attaching that to this situation yet because I don't know anything.
Exactly. Right, and that's right. So since that's where you were going, like I won't even talk about her anymore. But I think about something even like, if I think about like the whole Mike Tyson, if I go back to Mike Tyson's situation, even with that, knowing how she, in her interview, she was real, like, oh my God, like And so you looking at this on TV and you seeing this woman, oh my God, this brute, this animal, this, right? But then again, you think about how did she get there in the first place? And what were your intentions? Like, this is not your boyfriend, right? You don't even know this fucking guy. So why are you in there in the first place? This is the questions. These are the questions. That's the question that never gets asked in public. Maybe, when they're in court or whatever, that question is asked. But in public, it's never asked. It's just like, oh, she has the right to go wherever she wants. You absolutely right. But understand something. Shit happens. So even though you had the right to go to this spot, right? This motherfucker had his own intentions. Why would you put yourself in that type of a situation and later on want to be like, I'm a fucking victim? If you a person that's scared of a certain area of town because you know there's some type of danger or perceived danger over there, you don't go, right? So in your mind, this guy was harmless. You know, I'm just gonna go up here. We're gonna sit down and have a couple of drinks. I'm gonna have a great night with the champ. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, man. And I don't talk about this topic a lot.
That is possible, though. That is quite possible. Like, I think about this story. You ever heard of King Valentine?
King Valentine?
King Valentine. She's a rapper. It's a female chick.
King Valentine.
She's associated with Talib Kweli.
Okay.
And they both tell the story that basically, when I guess after a show, she was like, she's trying to, tell him that she rapping whatever else and he was just looking to hit. And he invited to after party and all this other shit. And basically, nothing happened, but she was like, yeah, he was just trying to hit, but I was just trying to get my record out there. You know what I mean? So he never hit it. At least they don't say that they hit it, but that possibility was there. I think what adds to it, like when you say like if you talk about a neighborhood and you talk about perceived threat, is basically knowing there's a threat there before you actually go into that neighborhood. Right. So it's like knowing there's a threat, knowing there's a chance to actually get raped. If you're trying to come up in your career. Has to be known beforehand to know what actually danger you're putting yourself in. You know what I mean? But the question should be asked. Definitely. But, just because you have the intentions of you going to try to move up, how you try to move up is a different thing altogether.